After weeks of being labeled as weird by the Democrats, the Trump campaign dispatched Vivek Ramaswamy to CNN to attempt to end that talking point. And let's check in and see how he did. Take a look.
My assessment is we have not been going hard enough at her for that policy record, because I think that's a contrast from Democrats. You think about the Democratic convention, chants of lock him up, chants of weird, effectively calling 70+ million Americans on the other side weird. As they're leveling,
but they're not calling the Americans that. But they wait. I just want to. They're not calling Americans weird. They're not calling the electorate weird.
They're just weird. Was the calling? Their weird was the broad phrase they've used.
But my point is, they're specifically talking about the vice president. The Republican vice presidential nominee, and Donald Trump, not the electorate.
Well, I think that I beg to differ on that characterization.
Well, then beg, Vivek. While anyone agreeing with the Trump-Vance policies of stripping away bodily autonomy, checking T-ball players' pants, banning books, etc., are weird, none of the MAGA base is half as odd as JD Vance. He really has taken the crown from Ron DeSantis, which is saying something. Case in point, here he is at a donut shop, reminding us all of how weird he really, really is.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Okay, yeah. She doesn't want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything. Appreciate that, man. I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Good to see you.
Okay.
How long have you worked here?
I've been here since the beginning of July.
Okay.
For this year.
Okay, good. How about you, sir?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, good. Just everything, yeah. I mean, a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff, some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense. How long has this place been around?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Okay. How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good.
Oh my God, speaking of bad haircuts, also Vance is giving big, I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids energy. Jordan, my favorite part was him telling the employee that he's running for VP and they just said, okay. And when he attempted small talk with them, they were just like, what donuts do you want? Jordan, it's so weird. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah, he's clunky. He doesn't have the retail politics down. And for somebody running for such a big position, that is important. Somebody that I think has that in a very spectacular degree is Gavin Newsom. And this isn't to say I endorse all of his policies or think he should be president or vice president, but having interacted with him before in a political setting and seeing how skilled he is in that regard, just a very savvy interpersonal operator. And then you look at JD Vance and just, it's nothing. It's negative charisma. It is just the most uncharismatic person you've ever seen running for vice president. I mean, I'd say more so than Mike Pence. Mike Pence knew how to glad hand. He knew how to do the whole photo op, kiss the baby stuff. He was weird, he was wonky, he was boring, but he at least had that part of his political arsenal down. It is strange. It's such an odd pick. And again, it was to double down on the MAGA movement on that ticket. It does nothing to win over independents. It's failing. And Vivek Ramaswamy is like the least fitting person to go back and to defend against the weird accusations. That guy is so strange. Like, what an odd bird. His own classmates from Yale or Harvard have talked about what a odd classmate he was. Very self-serving, very self-aggrandizing, a contrarian in class. Someone who from a young age knew he wanted to run for political office. And we know the types. They don't typically get to the national level, but they're like gunners in class and they're very annoying. That's who Vivek Ramaswamy is. The campaign is in shambles. It's enjoyable to watch, but I also don't think people should discount it. Don't get apathetic. They still have a strong, robust base, but I do think they're at a severe disadvantage, and that's why they're scrambling.
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially after what we saw happen with Hillary, we know that we cannot get comfortable. All of this is fun, but really, all the things that we're talking about, this entire election is going to affect lives, not just here in this country, but around the world in a very, very real and impactful way. But as far as personability goes, the Republicans are trying desperately to appear relatable to these people who they actually don't like. They really seem to dislike their actual base voters. And with somebody like JD Vance, who his whole career has been based on him trying to be one of the people. He's just a hillbilly from Appalachia, He doesn't even know how to talk to regular people who are working in a donut shop. Those are the most salt of the earth people that he could possibly interact with, and he doesn't know how to do it. He has no idea how to do it. He just smiles at them awkwardly, asks them the same question over and over again about how long has this place been open? How long have you worked here? He has no lines. It's almost like he has no training. Like nobody even talked to him about how to have a normal conversation with people. But if you are trying to run for this high office, then why would you need that kind of training? If you've been working in politics, you should be able to do all the glad handing, do all the campaigning, do all the small talk. It's exhausting. I can't do small talk. I'm really bad at it. I hate it, but I'm not running for office either.
Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.